All right, guys, welcome back to round two here with myself and AJ Rivera. We want to thank them. Like I said earlier in the video, uh, they've been good to me since I started this boxing journey. So always want to thank them. On the screen, you're going to see if anybody wants to sponsor, get some exposure for their business. Get in with these guys. I tell you, they brought boxing back to Worcester. It's getting stronger every day, it seems. So thank you for tuning in, and let's get it on. All right, guys, here we go round two. I had to get out of myself here to talk about this one. Wilfredo. It's tough.
Honestly, that had potential of being fight of the night, fight of the year. That fight had potential of being a really phenomenal fight. Wilfredo was off. Was off. But I could tell he was off. Like, so there was a couple factors. Like, I was keeping in touch with the trainer. He had too much going on. When he won that title, it's nice to give back to the fans and do these events and talk to kids. But you got to kind of slow that stuff down during training camp.
Yeah.
So there was that. But at the weigh-in, I could just see in his face, his body.
But it'll probably be a lot cheaper.
He looked different. There was a different demeanor to him. And then he was 1 pound overweight, and they made him go run 2 miles to lose the 1 pound. So the day before the fight, you're running. He had no legs. Even when he was warming up in the locker room, his legs felt like cement. Like he wasn't able to get inside, and he wasn't able to get outside the way he normally would. Like, Wilfredo's never been dropped on any show that I've ever had, let alone stopped.
Yeah.
And you could tell he wasn't able to get inside the way think about how him and Marrero for 2 fights beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
In the middle of the ring, and I don't think the guy had anything special. I just think that, Wilfredo just had no legs. His body, I think it was in the first round, Wilfredo got hit with a jab, and he kind of like the way his body moved, I was like, oh, he's got no balance right now.
I looked at it. You took all basically, I think the same thing. He had cement feet.
Got a discount on parts.
You know what I mean?
Cement feet, no balance, no legs. A shot that 10 out of 10 times Wilfredo eats.
It's not like when we went to Vegas.
All of a sudden, boom. And then the shot that he actually got caught on where he got hurt, he got caught overreaching because his feet weren't moving. I watched this fight numerous times. He threw an overhand. The dude backed up, but Wilfredo reached instead of coming in with it. Like how his body would normally come in, he reached. And when he overreached, the dude just backed up and then clipped him.
I can't post it. I can't even bring myself to post it or put it in the video.
I was like, I just, me and my mom and I couldn't believe it. I was just sitting there like, wow.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken for him. I know how hard he works. Some of these guys, they're not just fighters with me. When you've been on my show for as long as Wilfredo has, they become like family. I'll text them, happy Thanksgiving, things like that. Just kind of like, so I was just like, I was hurt by it, and then I saw his family, and I was just like, damn.
You were crushed. I slow-moed your part of it because you're like statue.
Was I?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, you took it the worst, I think. I was like, that is awesome.
I can't obviously I can't see my reaction, so unless I see some video or a picture.
You look sad, man. I was like, look at that. That's crazy. That's like what was noticeable at the end. Because I was right across from you. So you were in
okay. So you had like the perfect. So you looked at me.
I put it in slow mo. I watched it like 30 times, man, 40 times. So like that. It was funny. I can't even post it. I can't do it to him. Can't do it.
It's boxing. It happens, and that's why I tell people too. I said, listen, that man bleeds the same blood as you. He breathes the same air as you. You might be more skilled, but if he's just ready, even a little bit, he don't have to be ready. If he just lands something you don't see coming, it could be good night for anyone. It don't matter how good you are.
Right.
Take training serious, especially as you're starting to, I don't know if it was a case of overtraining, undertraining, not training the right way. I don't know what it, but he was not the same guy. Same guy.
Gonna be
and I told both him and the trainer that. I was honest with both. I said, this is not the guy that I know. Like, I mean, Wilfredo had a war with Alexander Peacock, who's a way better fighter than Tyrone Lucky. He had a good war with Anthony Everett. He had 2 great wars with Carlos Marrero. I mean, this guy, it would have been a good fight because that guy is tough and he's kind of an awkward fighter. But I think Wilfredo on his best night still beats him.
Yep.
I think that fight is at least easier for him than the Marrero fight.
You would think so. He was a little bit bigger though. I mean, it's not. You know what the argument's going to be is.
Well, a little bit bigger, and
No doubt. I have faith.
A little bit bigger in height, but not necessarily bigger in weight because that guy is a 100. He's a natural 140 guy. And Wilfredo's a 147, you know. But Wilfredo's not really tall, but he's got stature to him, you know.
Yeah. We'll see. I know. I hope we see him again.
You know what I'm excited for though is whoever gets in the ring with him on February 10th. That's a man looking for vengeance. That's a man looking to prove a point. That's a man looking to recover from embarrassment or from just a devastating type. Like, that's going to be a scary guy February 10th. Like, I'm actually excited to see and also nervous for whoever fights him.
Heartbroken. I know that. Like, that's all he is in that ring.
But sometimes in this sport, that's what you need. You know, Floyd Mayweather made that shit up where you need to stay undefeated.
Imagine you.
Muhammad Ali, it was a fight. I believe it was Muhammad. Only a fighter who's been dropped or lost before knows what it feels like to pick themselves up from the bottom, from that core feeling of just like disgust. And like sometimes these things need to happen. You know, Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Hasim Rockman, came back, dismantled him. You know, Roy Jones Jr.'s first loss to Montel Griffin, came back, played with him. The first fight went, I think, like 10 rounds or whatever. Roy played with him in 1 round, wasted no time. Sometimes these things need to happen.
Buster Douglas, he set Tyson on fire after that. It was crazy.
You know, so it happens. And you know what? Bernard Hopkins lost his pro debut and then went on to become the longest reigning middleweight champion in boxing history and the oldest world champion in boxing history.
Imagine that, just getting it out of the way.
Imagine picking up boxing late while you're in prison.
Yeah. Coming
out, you lose your pro debut, which it would distraught most people. Came back and just went on a fucking tear.
Yep. So there's a little preview of February 10th. Wilfredo will be there.
Wilfredo will be there.
What else we got cooking? What can we get out of here?
I'm going to tell you right now. This is what you're going to get out of me. So we got Anuel Rosa.
I'm in.
Laurent Humes. Wilfredo Pagan. Jake Paradise. Omar Bordoy.
Omar's in, huh?
Omar's in. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, I wanted to see him the last time. COVID, right? Didn't he get COVID last time? Or?
Yeah, so there was like COVID, then there was an injury, then it was just so the first fight so he hasn't fought in 2 years now. First time was the opponent just like didn't show up. Another one, an opponent got hurt, then he got hurt, then there was COVID. It was just unfortunate. You know, but you know what? Sometimes that shit makes a fighter hungry. So I'm actually, I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. That first fight back is going to be like, nah, motherfuckers, I'm still here.
He was good. He was good before. You know? I know.
So you got Joey Edmonds.
Yes.
The 118-pound killer, Anthony Ortiz, is back.
All right.
We're going to have Angel Set It Off Gonzalez.
I didn't think he'd ever be back. That dude's on a roll. He's on a roll.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
That's awesome. He hasn't lost yet, right?
Nope. And he's ranked now.
He's good. Where was he?
Ashley's fighting. Phil Davis is fighting.
These are all knockouts.
Andy Gonzalez is back. You don't know this fighter. He was originally from here, and then he went to Florida, moved to Florida, and he's been on a tear in Florida. Almost kind of like Castro. Castro being from here, starting off at Camp Get Right, going to Florida, going on a tear. Julio Rosa. So he'll be on the card.
Is he from the Rosa clan?
No, not from that clan. He's a completely different fighter, but he's good. He's good, and he's gotten better since being in Florida. Tough kid. Bobby Harris.
What?
I'll believe it when I see it. I want to see him.
It's fucking.
He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. So, you know what? I'm excited for that one. And you know what's crazy? Ironically, not planned. So in July, Bobby was supposed to rematch the guy that he got a draw with. Bobby had terrible ankle injury during training camp. Had to pull out. Then he was in the last show in November going to rematch the guy. Fucking catches COVID. Ironically, February 10th, 2018, at the Worcester Palladium was when Bobby got his draw. Ironically, February 10th, 2023. So it's almost like it was set up, like it was like it's kind of ironic. In that same very building.
What are we thinking for an opponent?
The rematch, the guy that he got the draw with.
That's crazy. That's crazy. When was Bobby's last fight? That was he fought in the first Springfield one, right?
Yes, that was April.
Yeah, he looked good. I know he doesn't play around.
I think
sounds like a good card.
And then pending, I'm not making any announcements or I'm not saying it's a. Popeye's got a fight December 9th in Puerto Rico. Shout out to Popeye. God willing, that fight goes good. God willing, he comes out, no injuries. Because even if you win, there could be injuries. If I hit you on top of the head, I break my hand, or you fucking come inside and you headbutt me, I get cut. I'm suspended now. So nothing like that happens. If he doesn't have anything lined up after that, because he might have some. If he fights in that December card on TV in Puerto Rico, he might have something big lined up. So then, but if he doesn't have anything lined up, he could potentially be on this February card.
That would be phenomenal. That'd be a steal for the local people to get to see him again. I'll tell you, he won that fight flat out.
He did.
He won that fight.
Even with the fucked up extended round.
Yeah, yeah. What was it? A 4-minute round or something like that?
4.5 minute round.
Like what? What was going on? And it actually mattered. Like that round was he did what he had to do in 2 minutes.
I actually thought he beat. I don't even like. Some people like, oh, some fights are close. I don't even think that was a close fight.
No, I didn't expect that.
I thought that was actually a convincing win, even with the extended round.
What's real sad is it's like
the fuck kind of shit is
all
that?
you top-notch guys knew it.
Bro,
like you said it beforehand. You said they're in their backyard, you know? So
if it makes money, it makes sense. And it didn't make money or sense for Popeye to win that night.
Yeah.
At least not for Badu and his people.
Yeah. Could have been changed. I love it. I'm
excited. We're gonna try to bring some fireworks, you know? Start the year off with a bang. 2023, let people know. Rivera Promotions is still here. We're getting better every show. And that's what we strive for, you know?
Say it.
Love it. You guys kind of cornering New England, really. I mean, you got Granite Chin, they're all right. But I think right now you guys are at the top, I would say.
I do want to compliment them on their last show, though. Their last show, it was good. They had a great turnaround, but they had some phenomenal fights. Like they had Steven Sumter versus Edet. That was a great fight. Like they had a lot of guys putting their records on the line that show. So I got to give them credit. That was a great card that they put on.
I was wondering why his video on Shamrock Sports YouTube why it jumped like 500 to 1,000 views out of nowhere. I didn't realize that he was fighting. He's got, and I remember when I talked to Bob
He
Trigger.
just fought another undefeated fighter, and he won.
He's good. He's real good. I know Bob Trigger really, since early, he was talking about him, saying he's pretty good all over New England. So, but I love it, man. I love the last show. I'm looking forward to the next one, that's for sure. Palladium, right in our backyard. So, it's good.
Only right. Start the year off in our backyard.
Love it. Love it, my man. So, anything else you want to review tonight, or we can wrap this up?
I mean, that pretty much covered it. We covered the last show. I want to appreciate the fighters, appreciate the fans. February 10th, just be on the lookout for what we have coming. It's going to be a great show. Get your tickets. Businesses that are willing to sponsor, contact me or my father. Let's support and help Worcester on the rise and grow this community together.
I love it. We're out of, hopefully there's no snow or nothing like that, man. That happened last year a couple of times, but even if it is, take an Uber, come through. It's right in our backyard. So
it's right there on Main Street. Like, come on, the location doesn't get any better. And
That's
as
right.
you know, you've been to the Palladium. Ain't a bad seat in the house.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I really do like AIC too. It's set up for the.
Oh, we got a surprise when we go back to AIC. We got a nice surprise. I can't drop that one yet, but we got a surprise.
I love it. I've already pulled enough out of you tonight. I love it. So, AJ, thanks for coming through next Wednesday.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna. We get closer. Maybe we'll bring someone on with us next week. We'll start going on.
Have, you know what? Let's let the fans decide. Name a fighter that's on my card coming up, and let me know who you want me to bring on.
I like that idea. I like that idea. Put it in the comments.
February 10th. Look at the list of guys who will be on the card, and I'll bring somebody on.
I love it, my man. Surprise us. You never let me down. That's for sure. So I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you next Wednesday too. And guys, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, we're going to be here every week. So
likewise, thank you for having me.
Love it.